Let's be blunt. The industry of career coaching or self-help online courses is starting to feel like it's becoming a scam. Anyone can claim to be a career coach or any type of coach. It's highly unregulated. And then you have anyone becoming an expert and being able to create apps, and voila, they've got a course for you. They're pushing advertisement that is baiting people into purchasing off of urgency, claims of wealth overnight, and in 30 days we can transform what you're doing to making $7 million. I mean, a lot of the claims are kind of outrageous, but they work. They hook people in, people who are desperate for a solution, desperate for a change. And in the end, they are left frustrated, broke, and wishing that they just had an answer. You see, career coaching, online courses, things of that nature used to be super effective. But today, the system that it was designed around is significantly flawed. And those flaws are actually keeping people even more stuck without a way to get through the door that they're hoping to go through. Flaw number one, well, if you want to meet with an expert coach, you're paying $200 to $500 an hour, meeting with them a couple of times a month, and they're going to solve your problems. That is not coaching. That is really expensive therapy. You end up leaving feeling a little bit inspired after your call, but then when it's time to put things in practice and when you want to see the real results, you're still left exactly where you're at, only minus $500. Now, flaw number two is related to those online courses. They're really great if you have something specific in mind, but most of those online self-paced courses that promise all the answers have a dirty little secret. Over 85% of people don't even finish them. This business model is actually built for you to purchase, not for you to complete and to have success. Now, the third flaw is the pushing of free content. Free content was designed to get people to understand what programs were about or provide a little bit of expertise. But now there's so much free content just by doing a quick search. And so the flaw then becomes in the mentality, which is if everything is there for free, then why should I even pay for something when I can just ask one of the AI tools or Google it? Why pay when it's free? You get sucked into this vortex of information, crazy amounts of it, and you end up spending something that's even more valuable than money. It's your time. You end up 10 steps back, definitely not forward, and feeling like you're even more confused than when you started the search. We've all been impacted at some point in these broken flaws within the system. But today, I'm going to show you how you can disrupt this for good and a solution that actually removes these flaws from the way that you've been sold. Hi, I'm Pleasant. I'm the founder of Career Jump Academy. You're here likely because you're feeling like you're in a strange place in your career. Things are technically working. You're doing well. You are competent. People trust you. You know the routine, but you still have this sense of feeling like I'm failing, or feeling that you are not completely happy or motivated in the work that you're doing. Or maybe you're seeing that there's potential problems in the future with maintaining the role that you're in today. If you're in that place, you're probably feeling stuck. But understand that feeling stuck is not actually the problem. That's just a symptom. You're struggling because you simply have not found a way to translate your genius, your skills, your uniqueness into the things that you would really love to pursue. You may be an expert in your field, but if you're honest with yourself, you're a novice at being able to package and sell those experiences in a way that actually opens up new opportunities for yourself. A lot of times professionals who have experienced this misalignment, this frustration, frustration, this burnout, they start to think, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I change my career? Why am I interviewing so much and nobody's calling me back? Your confidence takes a beating. So I want to reemphasize, it is a system that's taught you that there's a way to do career change. It's broken, it's flawed, we're getting rid of it. So let's talk about the 3 broken doors. Most ambitious professionals have actually at some point stood at the threshold of one of these 3 doors, and they end up still feeling super stuck. Door number 1 is that generalist and unvetted career coach. Now, I am not knocking niche coaches or high value coaches that you pay an arm and a leg for. They spend the time with you. They have a completely unique system. However, the majority of career coaches are very generic. You might get some that are really amazing, or you might get the ones that are repeating things that they've seen on Instagram. To put this into perspective, think about some of the top performing athletic organizations. The coaches spend hours and hours and hours pouring into footage of games, their athletes' unique different skill sets, the time on the field. They have whole teams to strategize about the playbooks. They know when it comes to game day which athlete to put in for exactly what task to run exactly what play in order to beat the competition. The amount of hours that they spend studying the game and the athletes is what makes them successful when it comes to that short window of game day. That's what we know excellent sport coaches do. Then think about how that actually contradicts what great career coaches are supposed to do. In order to really understand the uniqueness, the nuances, the value of your skills, where you're actually getting blocked within interviews, the time they would need to dedicate would be significant. But as we all know, the time that you're paying for never equates to the amount of time that's actually needed. So what you end up getting is very fragmented advice, very generic strategies, a few tweaks here and there. But if you're someone that really wants that personal, high value type of coaching, you're not going to get it unless you're going to put a big old dent in your bank account. Now, door number 2 is the more independent learning one. It is the unfinished course. You know what I'm talking about. Self-paced, lifetime access, all kinds of modules, free resources, yada, yada, yada. Now, I can't knock this too much because we do have a mastery course. However, here's what I want to say on this portion. Completion rates for online courses are around 15%. 15%. That means that the business model quietly relies on you not finishing it. Without the integration of human one-on-one accountability, the likelihood of you finishing and finishing successfully and then applying all of the strategies that you've learned is significantly low. And what do you do if you have questions or you really love something but you can't figure out how to actually adapt it to your own life or to your own situation? Where do you go? Who do you talk to? That's the thing about self-paced courses. It's up to you. You may have access to a private community, or if you upsell and you pay some more, maybe you get someone that's in support. But more often than not, you're just going to go with getting your questions unanswered, and that just becomes another app on your phone. Now, door number 3, which truly is the most predominant one, is the content fire hose, the free content fire hose. Listen, there are so many podcasts and newsletters, YouTube videos, reels, social media, everything. Anyone can claim to be an expert. So therefore, who do you trust? How do you vet things out and find new information that is solid and that will work for you? You save all kinds of articles. You have 10 podcasts in your queue that you know you want to dive into. You follow a whole bunch of people and have liked all kinds of videos that you're looking to go back and rewatch. If you're like me, You send yourself a text message with the video or the link to whatever it is, and you hope that you're going to remember to go back and actually watch it, read it, and use it. The free content fire hose actually provides you with a whole lot of ideas, but it also leaves you with way less clarity and way more frustration. You see so many things that are great and you think, oh, I can do this. Yes, this applies to me right now. But you don't have all the steps before. You don't understand the blockers that are going to be in your way. And so when you start to do what you want to do, you realize you're stuck even before you got started. The cost of the free content is far more than you actually think and you realize, because there's a reason why there's a saying that free is never free. Career misalignment is costing you more than you know. On average, professionals that stay in a job that they're misaligned to, it's costing them $44,000 of missed opportunity. That's just talking about 2 years of staying in a place where you know it's not a right fit for you, or a job role that's not a right fit for you. Some of you have been feeling misaligned for far longer. Imagine how those costs start stacking up. And let's not forget that this is not just a financial cost on you. This is also tasking your mental health. It's creating stress, burnout, and resentment that is spilling into your personal life, affecting your physical health, your mental health, and your relationships. So then the question becomes not, can I afford to invest in my career at this time? The question is, can you actually afford not to? Can you afford another year that drains you? Can you afford for opportunities to continue passing you by because you are simply not prepared or in the right position to see them and accept them? Can you afford that mental weight that is showing up in areas of your life way beyond your professional work? The reality is, on paper, it can seem like you are totally successful. You're checking those boxes, you're making that money. But when you really start to ask yourself, what is this costing me? You realize that this misalignment is causing you far more discomfort, pain, stress, burnout, and financial burden than you actually realize. I know this because I had the same experience. In my career after college as a teacher, I loved the mission of teaching. I loved the kids. What I didn't love was $32,000 a year, pay freezes, all of the work that was just strapping me to a desk, and the rigidness of time and the schedule when it came to supporting my family and being there for the things that they needed. After 5 years, I realized I needed to do something different. And so I started looking, I started researching, I started networking. I started to find roles that really sounded like things I could do based off of the skills that I had. Within 90 days of deciding to make a change, I landed my first sales role. It provided me with 3 times the amount of income that I was currently bringing in and way more flexibility than I'd ever had as a teacher. I didn't stop there though. Within 18 months, I was crushing sales at a disruptive tech company that was a unicorn billion-dollar startup. It grew so fast and it opened up opportunities that I never knew existed when I was in the teacher small town world. I ended up making really strategic changes after that aligned with the way my life was changing. I built regional sales teams. I led global revenue organization. I became chief operating officer of a really awesome AI company that had just received funding. I've navigated career transitions at every level, and I've coached people along the way, people that were looking to do the same things. They didn't want to do lateral changes. They wanted to go and do and take action, take hold of their career. Throughout the years, I have seen how this system of career coaches and online courses and this influx of information has actually deterred so many professionals. I realized that there needed to be a way to repeatedly do exactly what I'd done in my career. And so that's why I created Career Jump Academy. I wanted to give today's professionals the support, the resources, and the system to see the same type of transformational change in their career. One that allows you to make strategically different decisions within 90 days, but then also sets you up for your decision making in the future. I guarantee that you're going to experience this type of transformation within your own career utilizing the system. Right now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, Pleasant, what is this system? If it's not door 1, 2, or 3, what is it? Let me tell you about the two fundamental differences of why this program is different. First off, career misalignment actually requires a mind shift. And that is something that professionals are not taught when they are thinking about making these big changes. So let me tell you about the 3 big mind shifts that are taught in the program and that are so crucial to your transformation and your success. Number 1 is moving from the performer mentality to the strategic self-starter. It's moving from being someone that says, hey, tell me what to do, or what is the plan that I can follow, or what's the advice, give it to me, that I need to make these changes. That is a performer versus a strategic action taker who says, I am who I am, I know my value. Now, this is how I want to contribute. Notice the difference. It is not how can I contribute. It is this is how I want to contribute. In doing that, you start opening up doors of opportunity because you have a focused mindset of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and who you want to support. Now, mind shift number 2 is going from a role-based identity to a strength-based identity. And I love this one. Our society is so caught up in titles. It's so caught up in, well, if you haven't had this role, then are you actually able to do this job? Yes, that is such a twisted way of thinking. So someone that has a role-based identity says, I'm just a teacher, I'm a nurse, or I'm just in marketing, I'm a product manager, versus someone that has a strength-based identity. You begin talking about yourself in a completely different way with a strength mindset. You start saying things like, I am a builder, I am a translator. I am someone that can optimize a process like nobody else's business. I am a connector. I am someone that can address the learning needs of multiple different learning styles and little human beings. You have a strength mindset that actually highlights the best and the most critical values that you need to be telling to other people in order to open opportunity. When people can start seeing your strengths and not just the role, they start placing you in different scenarios and seeing how you can solve the problems that they have. Now, shift number 3 is a hard one. I'm going to admit that, because it's going from having the stability mindset to having an alignment mindset. Now, here's what I mean by that. We often ask ourselves, what is the safest thing to do? Or how can I change with the least path of resistance? Or what kind of friction is this going to cause? And that tends to make us not do the action that we need to do. When you have that stability mindset, which is inherent in all of us as human beings, it tends to make you play things on the safer side. It tends to limit the way that your creative abilities are to problem solve, to remove blockers. It stifles that. An alignment mindset has 2 components. 1, is it something sustainable? And 2, is it aligned to my core values and the things that I want in my life? When you start looking at things and making decisions with this mindset, you're going to assess risk and potential blockers in a whole new way. The job that provides a whole lot of income for you, but requires 3 times more work hours than you're used to doing, you're going to nix that opportunity right out. The sustainability mindset is one that says, can I do this for an extended amount of time without actually causing burnout? The alignment mindset starts seeing maybe it doesn't give me X thing that I really thought I wanted, but it actually provides me with this benefit, which opens up so many new opportunities for me, or makes me even happier and more motivated. Now, part two of what makes this solution different is addressing the gap between having a mindset shift and actually applying it. You see, most people, when they've had this identity shift, stop there because they really don't have a clear system or action plan to turn all of those new learnings into opportunities. So instead, they do different types of actions without any type of step-by-step framework or process. You know, things like they tweak their resume, or they start posting some things on LinkedIn, or they research new position, or they watch another YouTube, another podcast, or another video in hopes to get the answer of how to do what they want to do. Nothing fundamental changes, and that's the problem. You can have a mindset shift, but without the steps in the process to then apply an action plan, a framework that is going to get you to the position that you want to be in, you're going to just fill your bank up with a whole lot of useless information. That's what Career Jump Academy solves. Career Jump Academy is designed to be the fourth door, the one that will open up for you, the one that will take you from feeling stuck at the doorway to exploring new opportunities beyond. The program is a hybrid ecosystem of the individual learning, one-on-one coaching with experts who have done exactly what you're trying to accomplish, and a peer collaborative ecosystem that allows you to learn new things, find inspiration and motivation, and also potentially open up new opportunities. The program is a structured, identity-based framework, one that is uniquely made by you and made for you. And it's delivered in a self-paced course that includes videos and a blueprint for you to utilize throughout your progress. It also has the live accountability and coaching, because those self-paced courses are really great unless you want to talk to someone. You are actually given live one-on-one weekly coaching. We also have a suite of mini skill-based courses, so when you get those interviews, you know exactly how to prepare for them. And then, of course, you have a community of people that are cheering you on, that are sharing their journey, that are giving you the strategies for how you can catapult your way to your next successful jump. In this next section, I want to walk you through it, and you can actually see if this is the right fit for you. The Career Jump Academy program takes you through 7 unique stages, and it's over the course of about 6 to 8 weeks. Stage 1 is just understanding and diagnosing your current state. Anybody could give you their perception and their assumptions about what they think about you, but you are the only expert. It takes you through uniquely structured activities that will uncover your greatest strengths, your values, the exact points of misalignment that are costing you so much. It is developed for you to learn more about yourself than you ever thought. When you know what to think about, what to avoid, what to start replicating, that's when you start planning for your future success. Now, stage 2 is to identify and to map your values and your vision. This is not your typical write down a goal and some 3 actions aligned to it. This is uncovering what truly matters to you at this stage of life. You see, when I started after college, my values and my vision were very different. The things that I was working towards, they were completely different than what I'm doing today. So we take into account where you came from, where you're at today, and what you want to plan for your future self. Now, the third stage is really crafting that skill vault for yourself. It is starting to tell the story with confidence, with believability, with authenticity, the skills and the strengths that are unique to you. We help you unearth skills that you didn't even know you had, that you haven't even been putting on your resume, your LinkedIn, or talking about. We help you to give credit for exactly the strengths that you have. We help you to translate that into a story that is aligned with the roles, the industries, and positions that you want to go after. You see, if you don't have the story to tell other people, then you are going to leave them with nothing. They want to understand who you are, what you bring to the table, and it needs to be concise. Now, you may be thinking, okay, great, so I'm going to learn all this about myself. I still don't know what I want to do.
Can I help you?
That's where this next stage comes in. We take you through a market map, and this is going to help you to uncover different roles, but more specifically different industries that are actually aligned to all of the things that you're learning within your framework. Here's why this is really important. When I was a teacher, I was looking at education type of roles. I was more funneled into one specific industry because that was what my education was in. That's what I was used to doing. That is very, very typical of people that have been in any job for 5+ years. You feel this weight of the investment that you've already put into your career, and so you tend to look only within that specific track. What we want to help you do is broaden the scope of what you're evaluating. We want to bring to the surface all of these unique roles that you may not have even known existed. Now, the next one, of course, you have to have a plan. Without a plan, you're going to find yourself doing all kinds of random activities and not realize why they connect to each other, how they're going to benefit each other. So throughout these different stages, you're going to be developing your career jump plan. It's a 90-day plan that gets you from here where you're stuck to understanding exactly where you need to be, to making the connections and to building the network that you need to get those referrals and the support, and then to actually go after and get the jobs that you really feel are aligned with you. That jump plan, again, is made by you and it's made for you. It is a framework that is uniquely aligned to your strengths and your skills, not your role. Now, the sixth stage is executing on that plan. Every great plan fails when they're not done. The execution stage is so valuable because we give you strategies, support, coaching, and expertise to actually put into action the plan that is right for you. Now, finally, we're not a one and done model. Our goal for you is not to just get you to the next stage of your career. Our goal is transformation. I want you to be someone that strategically chooses each step of their career path. If you're stuck after 3 years and you still don't know how to get out of it, then we have failed miserably. So this last stage is all about mastering momentum and sustainability. It provides you with the tools to stay motivated, to stay excited, to keep your priorities straight when things get really, really challenging, or when life happens, or when you're just not feeling like it, which happens. All of us are human. But the whole goal of this momentum mastery is to give you the tools and the support to complete the journey. Because at the end of those 90 days, you will look at yourself in an entirely different way, and so will others. But then beyond that, we want to give you the tools to continue being that person, to continue evaluating with a mindset that aligns and strengthens your position each step of the way. The reason why the Career Jump program works is because this is designed for you to uncover the changes and to become the author and the owner of it. It is the key to lasting career transformation. It is a course that is designed for you to master change, but you're not doing it alone. On top of the mastery program, you get live coaching to expand on the insights that you've learned. That's such a valuable opportunity to talk about the changes that are happening. You're given accountability and support that is collaborative, not just throwing advice at you or telling you, here's the 5 things that you need to change. When your progress is at risk because life happens, you're getting discouraged, or you're feeling a bit impatient, those things are all normal. And we have the structure and the support that will actually help you to keep going. One-on-one human connection sparks so much creativity, and it's going to help you to actually gain the momentum, the traction, and catapult you into your next career change. I think we all have a little bit of fatigue with the AI everything. That is why this program is so uniquely designed for you. You are the only one that has the key to this, and that human interaction, the genuine conversations, will help you to unlock the blockers that have been keeping you stuck. In my own career journey, I've learned that change is not a solo effort. It is a team sport, and I want to be on your team. Let me give you some stories of how this plays out in real people's lives. These are some composite stories of the real patterns of clients that have enrolled and completed the Career Jump Mastery program. David, 52, he was in manufacturing for 20 years. He felt like his single industry experience was actually very limiting to him. He was only looking in one zone, and he had no idea how to explore anything beyond manufacturing, but he desperately wanted something new. We reframed his background in a way that demonstrated change leadership, and we enhanced his qualifications through the skills that he acquired in his personal life, not his professional life. And in the end, that was the story that was so compelling about his expertise. He went from having skeptics around his industry, long-term experience, and his age, to having people that saw the value of bringing on someone with such unique strengths and talents. He was able to move into a sustainability role with a unique company that inspired him and motivated him every single day. Now, Maya, who was 27, she did everything right. She checked all the boxes. She did all of the right steps in her career, but she was bored. Boredom is actually a sign that your work is not motivating you. And so that's what we really dug into with Maya. We started looking at why she dreaded the day-to-day activities that she was doing, how it didn't align to what she actually enjoyed within her personal life. And in the end, she uncovered that she really enjoyed being a customer and product liaison. She thrived when she was able to get customer feedback and align it to what was the creative aspect of product. So instead of being someone that was developing marketing campaigns, she became that bridge between what customers really wanted and what the team was actually building. Now, the last one, near and dear to my heart, Renee, who was 44, had invested a significant time in the education field, and she really thought that if she were to leave it, she would be giving up on her identity and she would be wasting all of those years in education that she'd invested. She worked at a school where teachers had started out of college and they were counting down the days to retirement. It was a huge thing for her to even consider moving her career, but she knew that she needed to. She had simply no idea how she could take her skills of lesson planning, goal setting, differentiated instruction, classroom management, and apply it to anything corporate or outside of the education system. However, her skills were the strengths that were needed as a corporate trainer. And in this role, not only did she thrive because of her teaching strengths, but she thrived because she could now layer on a whole new level of creativity, working with hungry professionals who were desiring to grow and to learn in the systems that she was training. This was the perfect fit for her. These are not outliers. These are people that follow a system, that have a framework, and that take action. Hopefully, you're sitting there thinking, I'm that kind of person. I want to take action like that. Then my friend, Career Jump Academy is for you. We are the only monthly subscription model that delivers this hybrid approach at a cost that's super accessible. You see, it's great to have a program. It's not great if the people who really need it can't afford it. I understand the risk that comes with this because there's a lot of skepticism when you're hiring a coach or taking a course. So we've developed a model that makes it accessible to the people that need this system. When you sign up, you get access to the entire Career Jump Mastery program. That includes the 7 core modules, 35 different video lessons, the framework, it's yours. You also get weekly one-on-one live coaching, just us or your coach, for 12 weeks. This coaching time is designed to help you actually implement the strategies that you're learning and to give you that accelerated confidence to where you are going to be running at the end of this. Lastly, you're going to be joining a very private and exclusive community of professionals that are all focused on doing exactly what you're trying to accomplish. This is a small group, meets around skill-based things that are going to help you to improve and sharpen your tool set when you're actually taking action. The majority of my job changes did not come from me finding something posted. It came from my peers making the recommendations and telling me. So this also becomes an avenue for you to create new opportunities or create an opportunity for somebody else. So what does this cost you? It's $149 a month. That's it. You're not locked into a year's program. It's $149 a month. I truly believe that you're going to find so much value in the coaching and the peer collaboration on top of the mastery course that you are going to be motivated to stick with this and to see the transformation at the end. That's literally less than $5 a day. That's a coffee right there. That's also, in this day and age, less than what it costs to go out to dinner with your family. Think about this. In the traditional career coaching programs, this amount of time dedicated to one-on-one coaching would cost you at minimum $4,000. Here's the deal. This is a disruptive system and it's a really disruptive rate, but it's only available to the first 100 people who enroll. Why? Well, because I want to work with individuals that are serious, people who are ready to take action and who see the value that is being delivered to them and jump on it. Once we hit that 100 clients in this subscription model, the price is going to go up for good. So if you're watching this and thinking, let me take some time, I'll come back to this later, I want to be clear. It might be too late. Stop second guessing yourself. You know what you need to change. So let's do it. When you weigh your options, you have to decide if you want to try to do this yourself and spend another 6 to 12 months spinning your wheels trying to figure it out, or wasting time on strategies that simply don't work for your life. You're likely going to stay stuck where you are and end up making a lateral move that leaves you feeling exactly the way that you're feeling right now. Why would you want to continue doing that? So make the decision and join Career Jump Academy today. The choice is yours. Do you want to become a strategic career jumper, or do you want to stay a job hopper? Don't let common questions trip you up. Things like, well, maybe I'm too busy right now. Do I really have the time to actually commit to a program like this? My friend, this program was not designed to bring more chaos into your life and to put more on your plate. It is designed to give you focus. Think about all of the hours of all that doomsday scrolling, all the articles, all the information consumption, which is doing nothing for you. We give you clarity and focus, and people typically spend between 2 to 3 hours a week on this program. That's it. I know you can find 2 to 3 hours in your week. You might be thinking, well, my industry is so unique, it's so niche. No, it's not. CJA is built around the identity and strength aspect, not a specific industry or role. We have people from education, healthcare, fintech, nonprofit, operations, you name it. And another question that might be holding you back is, I don't even know what I want to do in my next career. I just know that I'm stuck, but I have no idea what I actually want to go after. That is perfect. That is exactly what the first few sections, the core elements of this program, is designed to help you uncover. If you knew what you wanted, you knew where you wanted to go, you would not be watching this video. You're not too old, you're not too young, you're not too experienced, you're not too inexperienced for this program. If you're ready to just take action and join the Career Jump Academy community, then click the link below in the video and it's going to take you to the landing page about the course. Fill out the checkout information, and when you do, you're going to receive access to the Career Jump Mastery program immediately. You'll also receive in that email the link to schedule your first coaching call. This is so exciting because we're going to learn about you, we're going to understand what you're stuck in today, and you'll be able to have a day 1 analysis to compare to a day 90 analysis. And let me tell you, you're going to be amazed. I am so excited for you to take this journey, and I am so honored to be a part of it. I can't wait for you to get started and to join the Career Jump Academy family. This is your time. Make the decision, and let's make this happen.